Hello students, I'm going to start a new chapter today. This is chapter 6, business plan. Business plan is what is business? Business means to earn profit by legal way and taking the risk. This is the earning profit, way of earning profit yeah, in a legal way. So this is business, and if you want to start a business, you have to plan everything at the beginning. Because if you don't plan anything, or if you have no planning, that means you cannot be successful in your whole journey of this business, starting of the business and also execution of this business. So that's why you can say that business plan is necessary. And what is business plan? Now this is the question, what is plan? Plan means this is a chart or graph of the future activities. If you say plan is the chart or graph of future activity, that means business plan is. Then you can say that business plan is the chart and graph of the future activities of business. That means if you think about all the future activities of your business at the beginning of the starting the business, then you can say that this is business plan. I mean, it's a written document which is depict the future activities of the business. And this business plan includes different things, or maybe you say all the things related to business, like objective of the business, nature of the business, management of the business, financing, present status, future development process. All the elements or all the issues related to business are included in the this written document called business plan. It's a it's a you can say that it's a roadmap for a traveler. If you say that if any tourist uh, do travel in different country, that means he has or she has a roadmap or map with her or his. So you can say that business plan also a roadmap for the business, or you can say or it can be the blueprint for a building constructor. A business planning can be compared to the roadmap of a tourist or the blueprint of a building constructor. That means the engineer or building constructor has the blueprint, and business plan also acts like a blueprint, or acts like a roadmap of a tourist. So this is very much important document for business, and it must be present in starting of the business. Okay. Now why it is important? Why importance of business plan? Why it is important so much? First one is a guideline to operate the business. That means it's a proper guideline, or it's a complete guideline for a businessman, or old experienced businessman or new businessman. It's a proper guideline or complete guideline for them. So to achieve the objective of a business, you what, when, how, and at what time a thing is to be done is properly mentioned in the plan. That means achieving objective of a business, but by what, when, how, and at what time. These things, these information are included in the plan. That's why it's a proper guideline to operate the business. Capital arrangement and investment. Capital arrangement and investment, that means when you start the business, or when you found the business, that means the capital, initial money, what you need to do the business or start the business, is also included in the plan, in the chart or the written document, business plan. It must be included in the business plan. What will be the capital, and how can you arrange this capital, or what will be the investment. Those are things are included in the business plan. When additional capital is necessary for a business, it is not possible for the entrepreneur to arrange the additional capital, then bank loan or from the other sources of capital is to be arranged. In this case, the lender or the investor can take decision by analyzing the business plan before extending the loan. That means when you need additional capital, or when you need any type of loan, the investor justify or check the business plan of yours, so that he or she can take the right decision of lending money to you. So capital, in this case, in collecting the loan or arranging the loan or arranging the additional capital, the business plan plays a vital role in here. So you have to write down it properly, and it must be written down carefully. That's why you can say that business plan is very much important. Capital arrangement, in case of capital arrangement, or in case of any type of investment, or arranging the loan. So, and this is another point. Okay. Third one is proper utilization of government facilities. In To the small and medium enterprises, or to the small and medium sized business receives many, or government gives them different type of facilities. So if you want to use those facilities effectively, efficiently, so business plan also guide you to the correct path. So this is the uh, vital role of the business plan. Number four, helps to make decision. Any type of decision, if you want to take, business plan will also play a vital role in this case. Business plan helps to take decision and give a concept about the competitor. That means you want to know about the all the information about competitor, or on the which way the business can be expanded, the expansion of business, competitor, about all the information about competitor, everything will be written down in business plan. So that's why it will helps you to make a decision correctly or carefully. So you can say that this is the main issues, or this is the main factor. That's why we can say that business plan is very much important for the any type of business. Okay. Now process of business plan. Process of business plan. That means how can you ready a business plan, or how can you uh, um, make a business plan, create a business plan. So this is the process of business plan. To success The success of business depend on right selection of the project. This is the underline the first line here. Please follow the mouse pointer. The success of business depend on right selection of the project. What is project? A project is a planned and thoughtful work process to be completed within a particular time and particular objective. That means it's a complete, it's the work process, or it's any type of work. It's within a particular time and particular objective. That means any work which has particular time, which is particular objective, is called project. That means project starts and ends at a specified time. Within a time limit, the project start and ends. So this is called project. And if you a project may be a new venture for investment or expansion of old business. That means if you want to start a new business, or you can expand, you can expand old business, the project maybe depends on them. So this is the first one is this is the beginning of the process of business plan. The first step of the business plan process is to identify the concepts and evaluate them for selection. First one is identifying the project concept. That means project concept, what it is. We know that project is any type of work process, which has a particular objective, and it will be finished in the particular time. So this is called project. Maybe you have different type of projects of doing business. Like you want to set up a confectionery shop, or you want to set up a what do you say, mm, uh, any type of fast food shop, or confectionery shop, or you can set up a uh, grocery, you can sell grocery item. The different type of projects are working in your mind, or working in your brain, but you have to pick the correct one for your success. And if you can pick the correct one, that will help you to do, to reach the top level of the success. And this correct picking depends on several factors. And we'll discuss it next topics. But first one is, you have to identify the project concept. That means you have to think about the project concept, what you want to do, or what you want to start, or what will be the mm, what will be your business plan, what will be your business nature. So this is the first step. Selection of the project starts from the identifying of the concept the project by the entrepreneur. That means, selection of the project starts from the identifying the concept of the project by the entrepreneur. That means when you're thinking about thinking about some projects, that means already selection process begins. Selection of the project begins or starts. So yeah, this line says the same thing. Selection of the project starts from the identifying the concept of the project by the entrepreneur. He can assess the surrounding environment and get the idea for the demand of a product and services. You have to idea you have to get the idea of the demand. You have to think about your surroundings or environment. You have to assess all the factors that directly or indirectly can influence your business plan. So this is the first step. Selection of a project depends on this demand, and normally the demand of product and services give birth to the project idea. Underline this statement. Normally the demand of product and services give birth to the project idea তার মানে হচ্ছে পণ্যের চাহিদা থেকেই পণ্যের ধারণার প্রকল্প ধারণার সূত্রপাত হয়। পণ্যের চাহিদা থেকে, পণ্য বা সেবার চাহিদা থেকেই প্রকল্প ধারণার সূত্রপাত হয় বা প্রকল্প ধারণা শুরু হয়। What will be your in if you where you want to start your business, what will be the demand, what are the demand of those area. So you have to find out the demand of specific product or services related to this area will help you to get the project idea. That means, if you want to open up a fast food shop in your area, you have to find out the local demand of your fast food item. If there is no demand of fast food item, that means you cannot set up a business on this area based on a fast food. So that means demand of a product or service gives birth to the actually give birth to the project idea. Uh, you have to select a idea, or you have to select a project. Depends. Select idea or project. Obviously, thinking about the demand or demand of those specific areas people. So this is the new thing. Then this is the main theme of this point, identifying the project concept. You have to find out the demand. You have to find out the hobby or interest, or what is your hobby. You can select a project. You can select a project based on your hobby. Like your hobby is planting trees. That means then you can think about that. You starting a business based on selling the selling baby seeds or baby plants. It will be your this business will be based will be on your hobby or interest, or thinking about the demand of any type of product. This will also help you to get the idea of the project concept. So this is the thing that you have to identify, or you have to think about while you identifying the project concept. Now, uh, in a short, you can say that uh, first point is saying that uh, uh, you have to you have different type of projects idea on your mind, or you have different type of concepts of projects in your mind, but you have to pick the right one. And how can you pick the right one? Number two is stating this thing, stating the fact that how can you pick a right project for your business. This is the most important thing of this chapter. You can find out several items very much important in this topic: macro screening, and yeah, you will get a question based on macro screening or micro screening. One question you will face it on your board exam. Obviously, you face you will answer it. I hope you will answer it, because the if you answer properly, if you can answer it properly, you will get the highest mark, or you can get the or maybe you can get the full mark. So this is important. Okay. Number two, evaluation of the concept and selection of the project. From uh, previous point, you have different concepts of projects, and now number two, you have to evaluate those concepts and select the right project. And this selection of the right project depends on you can use two ways in selecting the right project. First one is macro screening, and second one is micro screening. Just try to remember that macro is related to the bigger one, and micro is related to, you know, that micro means ছোটো, little, small, or ক্ষুদ্র যেটাকে বলো, micro is similar to the minuscule, you can say that, and macro is related to the large one. So macro screening, by the macro screening, you have to thinking the some you have to think about the some factors of macro screening. There are six types of elements: population, economic environment, natural environment, political environment, cultural environment, legal environment. Those are included in macro screening. Macro screening is such a process which helps to select a project by evaluating the influential elements of the business concept. That means these elements are very much influential on your business, and these elements are uh, uh, yeah, these elements are uncontrollable, because you cannot control this. Economic environment of any country, you only you cannot control it. Natural environment, you can't control it. Population, you can't control it. That means the large factors or large elements which are related to or included in macro screening, these factors or elements are uncontrollable, totally uncontrollable. You cannot play with them. So that's why these are the elements of macro screening. First one is population. You're selecting the project. If you want to select the right project, you have to think about the population of the specific area where you want to start up a new business. So you have to think about the local people of those areas, the population, and you have to think about and start the business. Starting the business, you have to think about the country also, country people also.
Then economic environment, where you want to start the business, the local people's income, local people's investment, local people's savings, those are very much important factors when you start a new business. Because if the people are not interested in expend money, so in that area you cannot start a business, or you cannot run a business successfully, because to whom you are selling, no one is interested to buying anything. So people's income, people's saving, expenditure, those are important things related to the economic environment, and also influence your business environment or business. Then third one is natural environment. Natural environment plays a vital role in the selecting a project. The raw materials for the industry come from the natural environment, but those business should be avoided which destroy the environment. That means you can get it that if you want starting the business in a new area or new state or new country, you have to depend on the natural environment of those area or country. So but this is the important factor you cannot deny or you can't ignore. Political environment has also very much influence on business, because political unrest, instability, ideology of the political leaders, those are very much important. If you own the area which you are picking up for your business, here in here in their political environment is not good. The two between two parties, or where between among several parties, there are too much chaos, too much fighting, too much arguing going on all day long, every day. So you that unstable that unrest situation, you cannot start a business effectively, and also you cannot run the business effectively successfully. So starting a business or running the business as is just a uh, mm, you it is going to be useless. So political environment is very much important. Cultural environment also important. The local areas culture, their tradition, their custom, those are important thing you cannot ignore, because different type in our in this world, many countries are just very much restricted about their cultural environment. So you have to pick select any if you select any area or any country, you have to think about the cultural environment of those area. Legal environment also that where you want to start the business, the um, legal procedure, legal principles, legal policy or industrial policy, what are they, what are the laws of the business, what are the law of the state, you should or you have to follow them, and you are bound to um, obey them. So this is the macro screening factors that you can't ignore, and your business are mostly dependent on this factor: population, economic environment, natural environment, political environment, cultural environment, and legal environment. So this is the macro screening project factors. Now micro screening, just remember it or recall it. And micro means small, mini, and the factors or elements of micro screening can be controllable. You can control the element of the micro screening projects, micro screening process. So, what are the factors? Market demand, technical aspect, commercial aspect, financial aspect, and contribution to the national economy. Okay, four elements. Market demand. First, you have to think about the market demand, and for that you have to survey and analyze the market demand. What are the customers' interest? What are the number of competitors? The market has any advantage or disadvantage? Those are things you have to survey them and analyze them. Technical aspect means where you want to start the business, or what is your venue of the business, you have to think about the technical aspect of that area. You suppose you want to you want to build up start a business on fast food shop. The technical the factors are not, or technical aspects are not very much easy going on this area or on that area. So this is the point that you have to think about it. The technical aspects of projects are justified from the technological and mechanical point of view: production process, technology specification, selection of machineries, feasibility of implementation of the projects are included in these types of job. That means where you want to start a business, so what will be the production process, and that will be maybe that will be not easy going, or technological specification, or if the area is technologically advanced or technologically challenged, you have to identify that thing. Now, the point is, third point is commercial aspect. Commercial aspect, that means I already, you can guess that. That means what will be your production cost, what will be your sales price, what will be the estimated profit. These are the things you have to consider before selecting the project. Then financial aspect also the factor that what will be the financing, what is the sources of financing, what will be the return on investment, what will be the expenditure of the project. This is the financial aspect. Commercial aspect and financial almost same thing. And the contribution to the national economy, what you are what you are gonna do, or what you want to do, or what type of business you want to start. uh, is it it has any social contribution or national contribution or on the national economy? You have to find out this answer. Yeah, just an entrepreneur or businessman should think about that. If he or she want to start a business, it has the influence on national economy. It will have to it will help the national economy. And this is the thing that you can't ignore, or you have to think about the contribution of the national economy. Just doing your own money, making your own money, or making your own profit, this is not gonna call business, or this is not gonna call entrepreneurship. It is just an self-employment. But if you think about the business, that means you have to think about the others people's employment, economic contribution, employment generation. This thing you have to mm, consider it. You have to consider when you start the business. So then you can say that you are a businessman or you can entrepreneur. Otherwise, you are a self-employed person. So in these two ways you can selecting the project, or you can select in the right project. Select the right project depends on micro spinning or micro spinning. And last of all, the third step, you have to prepare a business report or project report. That means in previous session previous topics, you just saw that these are the things you are selecting the right project. And last of all, after this analysis, or after this getting this information, you have to make a proper excellent report. You have to make an excellent report on the business plan. And this is the last step of the process of business plan. uh, this is the end of the today. I'm gonna discuss the rest of the chapter on next class. Till then, bye bye. Uh, uh, and your homework is what is business plan, what are the importance of business plan, and um, write down about the business plan process. These three things are your homework, and you have to write down it on your copy. So, okay, see you on next session. Or bye bye.